Goodbye, poverty. Write this on your hand. You will never lack money. Buddhist teachings. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Buddha. What if I told you that the secret to never lacking money is already in your hands? It might sound impossible, but there's a profound truth hidden in this simple action. Imagine writing just a few special characters on your hand and unlocking a path to financial freedom. Hard to believe, right? But stay with me, because today we're diving into a powerful Buddhist teaching that can transform your relationship with wealth. Welcome to the Journey of Wisdom. In this video, we're going to explore an ancient practice rooted in Buddhist philosophy, a practice designed to reprogram your thoughts and energy to attract abundance. By embracing this technique, you can break free from poverty and open the doors to lasting prosperity. I'll be guiding you through a straightforward yet powerful exercise that has the potential to shift your financial destiny forever. Let's get started. Number 1. Mastering money. Energy. Stop financial leaks and thrive. Money is not just a physical object or currency. It is a form of energy that moves and flows through our lives, much like the energy coursing through our bodies. When the flow of this energy is disrupted or blocked, it can lead to financial instability. Just as the balance of physical energy impacts our health, the balance of money energy shapes our financial well-being. In this sense, our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs play a pivotal role in how we manage money and how it flows in and out of our lives. As the Buddha once said, "What we think, we become," which highlights the deep connection between our mindset and the external realities we create, including our financial reality. When we start to view money as energy, we begin to understand that managing it isn't just about balancing checkbooks or investing wisely. It is also about the inner harmony we cultivate. Many of us have experienced the unsettling feeling of money slipping away as soon as it arrives, and while we might label this as bad luck, it is often a result of energy leaks. These leaks happen when our inner world, our thoughts and emotions, are not aligned with the abundance we seek. For instance, holding on to negative thoughts about money, such as, "I will never have enough," or "money is the root of all problems," creates a vibrational barrier that blocks the flow of wealth into our lives. Similarly, unresolved emotions like guilt, fear, or unworthiness create internal barriers that prevent us from thriving financially. The great Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "Feelings come and go like clouds in a windy sky. Conscious breathing is my anchor." In this context, becoming aware of these fleeting emotions and thoughts helps us stop energy leaks and anchor ourselves in financial stability. When you recognize money as a form of energy, you begin to see how your financial state reflects your emotional and mental state. If you're constantly worrying about finances, feeling anxious about paying bills, or doubting your ability to manage wealth, you're inadvertently creating energy leaks. These emotional and mental blocks disrupt the natural flow of abundance. Conversely, by fostering a sense of gratitude and trust in your ability to handle money, you cultivate a healthy, abundant relationship with your finances. In modern life, it's easy to become overwhelmed with consumerism and the pressure to earn more, buy more, and spend more. However, this mindset often leads to a cycle of depletion, both emotionally and financially. As Lao Tzu reminds us, he who knows that enough is enough will always have enough. Cultivating contentment and gratitude is key to stopping financial leaks and restoring balance in our financial lives. One practical step you can take is to become aware of your thoughts and beliefs about money. Take time to reflect on the stories you tell yourself. Do you believe that you are worthy of financial success? Or do you feel that money is elusive? Challenge any limiting beliefs and replace them with empowering ones. For example, instead of saying, "I'll never be able to afford that," shift your mindset to, "I am open to opportunities for wealth to flow into my life." This shift in thought will begin to heal the energy leaks in your financial life. As Buddha taught, with our thoughts, we make the world. If you change how you think about money, you will change how money flows into your life. Another important aspect is to address unresolved emotions surrounding money. Often, we carry feelings of guilt or unworthiness when it comes to wealth, believing that we don't deserve abundance. These emotions act as invisible drains on our money energy. Through mindfulness practices like meditation and journaling, you can bring these feelings to the surface, acknowledge them, and release them. Just as cleaning out physical clutter in your home makes space for new things, releasing emotional baggage around money makes room for financial growth. The Dalai Lama has said, "Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions." In this case, financial peace and stability come from the inner work you do to resolve your emotional conflicts with money. In today's fast-paced world, where financial stress is a common experience, it is crucial to cultivate a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. Learning to manage the flow of money energy in your life isn't just about improving your bank balance, it's about finding peace, contentment, and purpose in how you live and manage your resources. By aligning your inner world with the outer flow of finances, you will not only stop the financial leaks, but thrive in a more harmonious and abundant life. Always remember, just like energy, money follows where attention flows. So focus on cultivating positive, empowering thoughts about wealth, and you will invite prosperity into your life. Number 2, Mind Reprogramming Exercise. Now, we will explore a simple yet powerful exercise inspired by Buddhist teachings that can help you shift your mindset towards prosperity. If you feel like you're constantly struggling with financial challenges or are stuck in a cycle of lack, this practice may open the door to abundance. It's an easy, mindful routine that can help reprogram your thoughts and guide you towards a more prosperous life. The beauty of this exercise lies in its simplicity. All you need to do is write 2 letters on your hand, P for perfect and W for worthy. These letters act as reminders that you are deserving of good things and you are capable of achieving abundance in life. With daily practice, this small gesture will start to shape your thoughts, creating positive change within you. Let's dive deeper into how this works. How to perform the mind reprogramming exercise. This practice involves a few easy steps, but the impact can be significant. When you integrate these actions into your daily routine, you send a powerful message to your subconscious mind. Let's go through the steps in detail. Step 1. Choose the right pen. When beginning this practice, the first step is choosing the right pen. This might seem like a small detail, but it's more important than it appears. You want to select a pen that works well on your skin, something that leaves a clear, noticeable mark, but is also easy to wash off when you're done. Make sure it's a pen that won't irritate your skin, as comfort and ease are important throughout this process. Why is this step so significant? Because in choosing the right tool, you are already making a mindful decision to change your life. This simple action represents your intention to invite abundance and positivity into your life. It's not just about writing on your hand. It's about setting the stage for transformation, signaling to your mind and body that something new and good is about to happen. Think of it as the first step toward aligning your inner world with the wealth and prosperity you're seeking. Choosing the pen thoughtfully becomes a symbol of that commitment, a small yet meaningful start to your journey toward financial freedom. As you select your pen, remember that this process is about much more than the tool itself. It's about consciously choosing to welcome change, embrace new possibilities, and prepare yourself for the abundance you deserve. Take a moment to appreciate this step and know that you're already setting things in motion. Step 2. Write the letters P and W. Now, it's time to take the next step in this powerful practice. Gently write the letters P and W on your wrist or the back of your hand. These two simple letters hold deep meaning. P stands for perfect and W stands for worthy. They symbolize the essential qualities you need to believe in, that you are perfect as you are, and you are worthy of the abundance the universe has to offer. By writing these letters, you create a physical reminder of these affirmations. Each time you see them on your skin, you'll be reminded of your inherent worth and the perfection within you, no matter what challenges you face. These letters act as a mental and emotional anchor, keeping your focus on self-worth and abundance throughout your day. Step 3. Draw small arrows around the letters. Now that you've written the letters P and W on your hand, the next step is to add small arrows around them. These arrows may seem like a simple addition, but they carry deep meaning. They represent focus and direction, helping guide your thoughts and energy toward financial abundance. By drawing arrows at each corner of the letters, you're creating a visual reminder to stay on course. Just like arrows pointing toward a target, they symbolize your intention to aim your energy and efforts toward growth, success, and financial prosperity. Every time you see these arrows, you'll be reminded to focus your thoughts and actions on what truly matters, your journey toward abundance. Think of these arrows as little nudges throughout the day. They encourage you to remain centered and mindful of your goals. When life gets busy or distractions arise, the arrows will be there, silently guiding you back to your path, reminding you that your energy should be channeled toward achieving financial well-being. Arrows, as symbols, are powerful because they point us in the right direction. In this case, they are pointing you toward abundance and success, ensuring that you stay aligned with your financial intentions. This step helps you remain grounded in your purpose, making sure that your thoughts, actions, and energy are all moving in harmony toward the prosperity you seek. Step 4. Practice positive affirmations. Now that you've written the letters P and W and drawn your guiding arrows, it's time to harness the power of positive affirmations. Every time you glance at these letters, take a moment to repeat this simple yet powerful affirmation. I am perfect, and I deserve all the good things in life. Why are affirmations so important? They work by helping you rewire your mind, gradually replacing old, limiting beliefs with new, empowering ones. These words carry a deep emotional impact, allowing you to focus on the best parts of yourself and the world around you. It's a daily reminder of your inherent worth and your right to receive abundance. In Buddhist teachings, intention plays a crucial role in shaping your reality. Your words, thoughts, and actions are all connected, and the words you speak to yourself can influence your entire mindset. By consistently affirming your worth, you begin to believe that abundance is not just something you hope for, it's something you're truly worthy of and capable of achieving. Affirmations are more than just words. They are tools to shift your inner dialogue. Over time, they help you cultivate a mindset that aligns with your desires for prosperity, allowing you to welcome positive change into your life. By embracing this practice, you set the foundation for your thoughts and actions to move in harmony toward the wealth and success you deserve. Step 5. Make it a daily habit. The more consistently you perform this exercise, the stronger the impact will be. Make this part of your daily routine. Look at the letters P and W throughout the day. Repeat your affirmation and allow the belief that you are perfect and worthy to grow within you. Integrating this simple habit into your life may seem small, but over time, it reprograms your mind to align with prosperity. Just as a seed needs daily sunlight and water to grow, your mindset also needs daily nourishment. By reinforcing your worthiness, you begin to attract the resources, opportunities, and experiences that match your new positive mindset. Affirmations are not just words, they are tools to change your mindset and, eventually, your reality. In the Buddhist tradition, clear intentions and mindful actions are crucial to achieving any goal. When you practice positive affirmations, you're planting seeds in your subconscious mind that will grow into beliefs. Those beliefs, in turn, drive your actions and shape your life. When you remind yourself daily that you are both perfect and worthy, you start to shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. Over time, you'll notice how your thoughts become more positive, and you begin to attract opportunities and resources that align with your financial goals. Now that we've explored this mind reprogramming exercise, are you ready to start practicing it and shift your mindset toward abundance? If you're excited to give it a try, comment number 1, or if you feel this resonates with you, simply comment yes. Secrets of Successful People, Living by Buddhist Teachings to Overcome Suffering and Poverty. Buddhism is not only a path to spiritual liberation, but also provides valuable principles for living a happy and successful life. To overcome suffering and poverty, one can apply the Buddha's teachings as follows. 1. Right view, clear understanding. To achieve success in life, especially when facing struggles like poverty and hardship, the first step is developing the right view, also known as clear understanding. This principle from Buddhist teachings encourages us to see life for what it truly is, without the cloud of delusions or the traps of fleeting desires. When we grasp the impermanence of life, the reality that everything is constantly changing, it becomes easier to make wise decisions that align with our deeper values, rather than chasing temporary pleasures or getting lost in frustration over things we cannot control. Many people, particularly men in their prime working years, find themselves driven by the need to accumulate wealth, power, or recognition, believing these things will bring lasting happiness. Yet, as Buddha reminds us, the root of suffering is attachment. It is often our attachment to these external symbols of success that leads to disappointment and stress, especially when things do not go as planned. By embracing the right view, we begin to understand that real success is not just about material gain, it is about inner clarity, making choices that reduce suffering for ourselves and others. In today's fast-paced world, many people fall into the trap of thinking that more money or higher status will solve all their problems. While financial stability is important, it's equally crucial to remember that chasing wealth without understanding the purpose behind it can lead to endless dissatisfaction. The right view helps us see beyond this, showing us that success also lies in leading a meaningful life, filled with compassion, integrity, and mindful action. It's about making decisions that not only bring personal benefit, but also contribute to the well-being of others. As we begin to align our actions with this broader perspective, we find that success becomes a byproduct of living a life grounded in wisdom and kindness. The Dalai Lama once said, "A disciplined mind leads to happiness, and an undisciplined mind leads to suffering." With a clear understanding, we can train our minds to focus on what truly matters, avoiding the distractions and illusions that so often lead us astray. For men between the ages of 30 and 65, these teachings offer a powerful lesson. This is a time when many feel the weight of responsibilities, providing for family, advancing careers, or dealing with societal pressures to keep up. However, the right view reminds us to pause and reflect on the bigger picture. What do we truly seek, and why? Understanding the impermanent nature of life, we can approach these responsibilities not as burdens, but as opportunities to practice wisdom and compassion. By shifting our focus from chasing temporary goals to cultivating long-term peace and purpose, we unlock a deeper, more fulfilling kind of success. The famous philosopher and Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "People have a hard time letting go of their suffering. Out of a fear of the unknown, they prefer suffering that is familiar." Right view encourages us to let go of this cycle of suffering by gaining clarity on what truly matters. In practical terms, adopting the right view in your daily life could mean evaluating whether your decisions are driven by ego or by genuine understanding. Are you pursuing a career path because it brings you joy and allows you to serve others, or because society tells you it's the right thing to do? Are you seeking financial success to create a secure future for your family, or are you chasing wealth out of fear of inadequacy? These are questions that only you can answer, but doing so with a clear understanding will make all the difference. It helps to remember that success is not measured solely by external achievements. True success is about inner peace, resilience in the face of challenges, and the wisdom to know when to push forward and when to let go. When we see the world with clarity, we stop making decisions based on fear, greed, or envy. Instead, we act with purpose and awareness, creating a life of authentic success, one that brings not just personal satisfaction, but also peace and prosperity to those around us. By incorporating the teachings of right view into your life, you are not just moving towards external success, but also towards inner freedom. The path to overcoming suffering and poverty lies in this balance between understanding the world as it is and making choices that reflect a deeper sense of purpose and connection. As Buddha himself said, just as a candle cannot burn without fire, men cannot live without a spiritual life. Embracing this mindset will illuminate the path to success that transcends mere wealth, leading to a life of fulfillment, harmony, and genuine happiness. 2. Right thinking, positive thoughts. Let's explore a concept that has the power to transform not just your mindset, but your entire life. Right thinking, or what we might call positive thoughts. In the teachings of Buddhism, right thinking is one of the critical elements of the Noble Eightfold Path, a guide to living wisely and skillfully in the world. What does right thinking mean, and how does it apply to your life? It's about training your mind to focus on thoughts that are rooted in kindness, compassion, and clarity. Successful people don't allow themselves to be carried away by greed, anger, or jealousy. These emotions are like storms. They cloud your judgment and lead you away from peace and success. Instead, they maintain a calm and focused mind, nurturing thoughts that align with noble values like generosity, patience, and understanding. Imagine this: every thought you entertain plants a seed in the garden of your life. If you plant seeds of negativity, such as fear, doubt, or envy, you'll find yourself trapped in a cycle of suffering. But when you plant seeds of positive, wholesome thoughts, your life begins to flourish. There's a beautiful Buddhist story that illustrates this point. Once, a wealthy merchant was traveling across a dangerous forest when he was attacked by robbers. They stripped him of everything, his riches, his clothing, and left him with nothing. Yet, despite this, the merchant did not become angry. Instead, he remained calm and said to the robbers, "You have taken my possessions, but you cannot take my peace of mind. That belongs to me." The robbers, stunned by his calmness, left him unharmed. The lesson here is clear. When we refuse to let external circumstances disrupt our inner peace, we hold the true wealth of life within us. No matter what we lose in the material world, our thoughts and our state of mind are the greatest treasures we possess. So how can you practice this right thinking in your daily life? Start by recognizing the power your thoughts have. When something doesn't go your way, or when someone wrongs you, what is your first reaction? Do you let anger, frustration, or jealousy consume you, or do you pause and remind yourself that peace begins in your mind? It's easy to get swept up in the emotions of the moment, but real strength comes from choosing thoughts that lift you up rather than drag you down. What would happen if, instead of allowing negativity to control you, you embraced thoughts of patience and understanding? How would that change your life and your interactions with others? Think about successful people you admire. Chances are they didn't achieve their success by constantly dwelling on what they lack or harboring resentment toward others. They built their lives on a foundation of positive thoughts and constructive actions. This doesn't mean they never faced difficulties. In fact, many of them likely faced tremendous obstacles. But what sets them apart is that they chose not to let those challenges define their mindset. They understood that to live with purpose, they had to align their thoughts with their goals, stay calm in the face of adversity, and cultivate inner peace despite external chaos. Now ask yourself this: are you planting thoughts of peace, joy, and growth, or are you sowing seeds of negativity? Every day you have the power to choose what you think. When you consciously practice right thinking, you take control of your life. You become like that merchant, unshaken by the world's turmoil, because your true wealth, your peace of mind, is secure. Success in life isn't just about achieving material wealth. It's about mastering your inner world. The lesson here is simple but profound. By guarding your thoughts and steering them toward kindness and clarity, you can overcome suffering and even the poverty of the spirit. Cultivate thoughts that empower you, and you will create a life filled with peace, purpose, and success. This is the secret to not only overcoming challenges, but thriving in the face of them. So the next time life tests you, what thoughts will you choose to plant in your mind? 3. Right speech, truthful speech. Let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible power of our words. The Buddha taught us that words are like seeds. They can grow into either beautiful flowers or harmful weeds, depending on how we choose to use them. This is the essence of right speech, one of the steps on the Noble Eightfold Path. So, what does it mean to practice right speech, and how can it help you overcome suffering and even poverty? Right speech is about speaking with honesty, kindness, and respect for others. It's about ensuring that what you say brings value and not harm, that your words uplift instead of tear down, and that you avoid gossip, lies, and harshness. But why does this matter so much in our journey towards success? Let's think about it. Words have the power to shape your reality, influence your relationships, and even determine the opportunities that come your way. When you speak truthfully, people trust you. And trust, as we know, is the foundation of all good relationships, whether it's in your personal life, in business, or in the community. People want to work with, be around, and support those they can trust. So, how are you using your words in your daily life? Are you building trust and harmony with the way you communicate, or are you unknowingly creating obstacles for yourself through careless speech? The Buddha once said, "Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace." This reminds us of the immense impact a single kind, truthful word can have. When you make a habit of speaking in a way that reflects compassion and sincerity, you naturally attract positive outcomes. Doors begin to open, people begin to listen, and the energy around you shifts to one of cooperation and opportunity. This brings us to another critical point: how your words affect your own mind and heart. When you speak kindly and truthfully, it's not just others who benefit. You too experience a sense of inner peace and clarity. Speaking harshly or dishonestly, on the other hand, can lead to inner turmoil, stress, and even isolation. Have you ever noticed how, after a heated argument or a lie, you feel unsettled? That's because words are not just sounds, they carry energy. By choosing your words carefully, you can cultivate peace within yourself, which radiates outward and creates harmony in your environment. But have you considered how this practice of mindful speech might also lead to material success? Let's think about it from a broader perspective. When you communicate with integrity, opportunities for growth and prosperity follow. Whether you're trying to build a business, improve your career, or simply live a fulfilling life, the way you speak can either create alliances or burn bridges. Speaking truthfully doesn't just mean avoiding lies. It also means being transparent and open. When people feel that you're genuine, they're more likely to offer support, collaborate with you, and share opportunities. Can you see how this could apply in your own life? Imagine you're in a meeting or talking with a potential partner. Your words will either convince them of your value or make them doubt you. By speaking in a way that's grounded in truth and kindness, you open the door for trust, which in turn can lead to success. But it's not always easy, is it? Sometimes the truth is hard to speak, or we may be tempted to exaggerate to make ourselves look better. Yet, the Buddha's teachings remind us that taking shortcuts through dishonesty only leads to more suffering in the long run. It's far better to face difficult truths with courage than to build a foundation of lies. 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth, said the Buddha. So, how will you use your speech today? Will you choose words that heal and inspire, or will you let thoughtlessness create suffering for yourself and others? By embracing right speech, you're not just following a moral code, you're setting yourself up for a life of success, peace, and deeper connections with those around you. How will you start making this change today? And what can you do to bring more mindfulness into your communication? The choice is always yours. If you've watched up to this point, you're already on the path to unlocking the secrets of overcoming suffering and poverty through Buddhist teachings. Comment below with "peaceful prosperity" to affirm your commitment to these life-transforming principles. Don't go anywhere. There's still more wisdom ahead that will help guide you toward a life of true success and fulfillment. Stay until the end to discover the insights that will empower you to rise above challenges and live with purpose. 4. Right action, ethical conduct. Right action, one of the essential elements of the Noble Eightfold Path, emphasizes ethical conduct and living a life grounded in integrity. In the modern world, where many of us are striving for success and financial stability, it's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of wealth, sometimes at the expense of our values. But true success isn't merely measured by the amount of money in our bank accounts. It's found in how we live our lives and the impact we have on others. Right action encourages us to avoid harmful actions like deceit, theft, or exploiting others, which can create suffering not only for those around us, but also for ourselves in the long run. As the Buddha once said, "Set your heart on doing good. Do it over and over again, and you will be filled with joy." Living ethically builds a foundation of trust and respect that brings lasting success, not just temporary gain. In today's fast-paced world, where instant gratification is often prioritized, taking the time to live with integrity can sometimes feel like a challenge. Many men, especially those in the prime working years of their lives, feel the pressure to provide for their families, achieve career milestones, and attain a certain level of financial security. However, it's important to remember that these goals shouldn't come at the cost of our moral compass. The stress and anxiety that often accompany unethical decisions can weigh us down, leading to a cycle of suffering and discontent. By making the conscious choice to live with compassion, honesty, and respect for others, we create an environment that fosters true success, both externally and internally. In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. When we lead our lives with the intention of helping and uplifting those around us, success becomes not just a personal achievement, but a shared experience that benefits all. Right action also invites us to reflect on the long-term consequences of our choices. When we act ethically, we contribute to the well-being of society, which in turn supports us. This principle is especially relevant in modern business, where ethical companies often build loyal customer bases and foster strong, long-lasting relationships. Leaders who are known for their integrity inspire others to follow their example, creating a ripple effect of positive change. For men seeking to overcome financial hardship or challenges in their careers, this teaching reminds us that success built on unethical practices is often fleeting. As Lao Tzu wisely observed, "A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." Every small ethical decision we make builds toward a future of sustainable success and peace of mind. Furthermore, living by right action means being mindful of how we treat others in our personal and professional lives. A successful person is not someone who steps on others to climb to the top, but rather someone who lifts others as they rise. When we treat others with kindness, fairness, and empathy, we create a support network that not only strengthens our personal relationships, but also enhances our professional opportunities. Consider how a compassionate leader can inspire loyalty and dedication from their team, or how a person who deals fairly in business earns a reputation that attracts more success. In this way, ethical conduct becomes a cornerstone for both personal fulfillment and professional achievement. Ultimately, right action calls for a holistic approach to success, one that aligns material prosperity with moral integrity. It's a reminder that we are all interconnected, and the way we treat others has a direct impact on our own well-being. By choosing to live ethically, we not only avoid the pitfalls of suffering and poverty, but also create a life filled with meaning, respect, and lasting success. As Confucius once said, "The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones." With each right action, we move closer to a life of true abundance, not just in wealth, but in joy, peace, and fulfillment. 5. Right livelihood, honest work. Living a life of meaning, success, and peace requires us to make choices that honor both ourselves and the world around us. One of the essential pillars of Buddhist teaching is the principle of right livelihood, which is the fifth part of the Noble Eightfold Path. At its core, right livelihood means choosing work that is ethical, honest, and causes no harm to others or to ourselves. It urges us to find a way of earning a living that brings not only material wealth, but also spiritual wealth, the kind that nurtures our mind, heart, and soul. In a world where success is often measured by how much we own or the titles we achieve, it's easy to get trapped in the pursuit of more, often at the expense of our values. But Buddhist wisdom reminds us that true success is about living with integrity, where our actions align with our deepest beliefs and where our work becomes a form of service rather than exploitation, take a moment and ask yourself, is the work I do helping or harming others? Is it lifting me up or dragging me down? In Buddhist teachings, a livelihood that harms others, such as industries that thrive on deceit, violence, or exploitation, only brings suffering to all involved. Think about it. Even if it may bring short-term gains, dishonest work eventually erodes our sense of self-respect, and we begin to feel disconnected from our own humanity. Right livelihood, on the other hand, asks us to take the higher road, to pursue work that uplifts, heals, and respects all life. When you engage in honest work, you can go to bed at night with a clear mind and a peaceful heart, knowing that your success is built on a foundation of compassion and justice. This kind of work not only sustains us financially, but also spiritually, as it brings a sense of purpose and connection to something larger than ourselves. There's an old Buddhist story about a young man who lived in a small village, working tirelessly in his family's fishing business. Over the years, he had seen the harm his job caused. How many innocent creatures were harmed, how the community's waterways were being polluted, and how people's greed was growing at the expense of nature. Deep down, he knew he was on the wrong path, but the money and security kept him there. One day, after listening to a traveling monk, he decided to leave the family business, much to his father's anger. He chose to start a small shop, selling grains and vegetables instead. At first, it was a struggle, and many thought he had made a foolish decision. But over time, people began to admire his honesty and the good that came from his work. His business flourished, and so did his heart, as he knew he was living a life of right livelihood. He didn't just find financial success, he found peace. What about you? In your own life, how can you choose a livelihood that aligns with your values? What work can you do that leaves the world a little better than you found it? Right livelihood isn't just about avoiding harmful work, it's about actively seeking out ways to contribute positively to the world. Whether you're in a high-paying job or just starting out, the question to ask yourself is, am I living my purpose? Am I earning my living in a way that supports not just my wallet, but my spirit too? When we begin to see work as more than just a paycheck, we unlock the deeper secrets of success, the kind that lasts a lifetime, the kind that fills our hearts with joy and meaning. In the end, the lesson from right livelihood is simple. Success isn't measured by the money in your bank account or the accolades you receive, but by the integrity with which you live your life. By choosing honest work, we create a life of dignity and respect, not just for ourselves, but for everyone we touch. When your work comes from a place of kindness and truth, you not only lift yourself up, but you lift the entire world with you. So ask yourself, what is your livelihood, and does it reflect the person you truly want to be? The path to true success begins with that question. 6. Right effort, continuous effort. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to rise above every difficulty and turn challenges into stepping stones to success? It's not magic. It's a mindset rooted in continuous effort, a quality so essential that it forms the core of Buddhist teachings known as right effort. This concept, one of the 8 practices in the Noble Eightfold Path, is all about the pursuit of consistent and conscious improvement in our lives. When Buddha spoke of right effort, he was referring to the mental discipline and persistence needed to build a meaningful life. He taught that success and peace don't come from fleeting bursts of motivation, but from a steady, continuous effort to keep learning, evolving, and building our inner resources. Have you ever thought about how your current challenges might shift if you approached them not as problems to solve, but as opportunities to learn and grow? Successful people aren't necessarily the smartest or the luckiest. They are the ones who make learning and self-improvement a habit. Think of the times in your own life when you've overcome adversity. What did you learn about yourself in those moments? Often it's our response to adversity that shapes our future, and this is where the teachings of right effort come into play. Buddha once said, "No one saves us but ourselves. No one can, and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path." This quote reminds us that we must take ownership of our growth and efforts, because no one else can do it for us. So, what if you approached your day-to-day life with a mindset of continuous learning? Not just in the big challenges, but in the small, everyday moments. In today's fast-paced world, we often feel pressured to achieve results quickly. But Buddha's wisdom teaches us the value of persistence and the power of small, steady steps. Success isn't a destination, it's a journey. And like all journeys, it requires us to keep moving forward, even if progress feels slow. When you face difficulties, ask yourself, how can I grow through this? Instead of giving up or blaming external factors, right effort asks us to focus on what we can control: our mindset, actions, and willingness to keep improving. The people who succeed are those who continuously work on developing themselves, whether through education, building skills, or refining their mindset. They view life as a series of learning opportunities rather than a set of obstacles to overcome. Isn't it empowering to think that every challenge you encounter is a chance to become stronger, wiser, and more capable? Another quote from the Buddha that fits perfectly here is, "With effort and heedfulness, discipline and self-mastery, let the wise make for themselves an island which no flood can overwhelm." This island represents your inner strength and resilience, built through continuous effort. But how do you apply this principle in practical terms? One way is to establish daily practices that cultivate growth, like reading, meditating, reflecting on your experiences, or setting small, achievable goals each day. Successful people aren't those who never face setbacks. They're those who understand that setbacks are part of the journey and refuse to let them define their path. They trust that with the right effort, even the darkest times will eventually lead to light. Can you imagine how your life might change if you embraced every experience, good or bad, as part of your journey towards self-improvement? You see, prosperity in life doesn't always mean material wealth. It often means having the inner peace, skills, and wisdom to navigate life's ups and downs without being crushed by them. This is why continuous effort is so important. When you commit to never stop learning and improving, you create an upward spiral that leads to greater confidence, resilience, and inner peace. So ask yourself, what is one small effort you can make today to move closer to your goals? Maybe it's reading a chapter of a book, reaching out to a mentor, or simply taking a moment to meditate and clear your mind. Remember, the small steps you take today lay the foundation for the success and happiness you experience tomorrow. Ultimately, the key to overcoming suffering and achieving success lies not in grand gestures, but in the small, consistent actions you take every day. The beauty of this teaching is that it reminds us that we all have the power within us to change our lives through persistent effort. So, what will you do today to make continuous effort a part of your journey? When you choose to keep learning and growing, despite challenges and setbacks, you align yourself with one of the most powerful teachings of the Buddha. You start building a life not defined by your circumstances, but by your capacity to transform them. What could be more empowering than that? 7. Right mindfulness, awareness. Right mindfulness, or awareness, is a vital key to unlocking success and overcoming the struggles of life. It is not simply about paying attention to the present moment, but about engaging with every action in our lives with clarity and intent. free from distractions of worry about the future or regret about the past. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to lose focus, to become absorbed in our thoughts about what might happen tomorrow or what could have been done differently yesterday. But in this state, we lose the ability to act with purpose in the here and now, which is where real change occurs. When your mind is scattered, it is impossible to give your best to the task at hand. By being fully present, you can make better decisions, recognize opportunities when they arise, and move forward with a calm, focused energy that propels you towards success. The Buddha once said, "Do not dwell in the past, do not dream of the future, concentrate the mind on the present moment." This wisdom serves as a reminder that success is not found in overthinking or getting stuck in what has already happened or worrying about things that have yet to occur. The power lies in focusing on what you are doing right now. In the modern world, many successful people attribute their achievements to this very practice of mindfulness. For example, business leaders and entrepreneurs often talk about their ability to stay focused, to clear their minds of unnecessary distractions, and concentrate on what needs to be done in the present. This practice of mindfulness, or as it is often called in the business world, being in the zone, allows them to perform at their highest levels. When we practice right mindfulness, we take control of our thoughts rather than letting them control us. This doesn't mean that we ignore the past or future entirely. There is a time for planning and reflection, but we must not let them cloud our present awareness. Mindfulness helps us see things as they truly are, without the distortions of anxiety, fear, or doubt. When we are truly aware, we see the path to success more clearly. This clarity allows us to navigate life's challenges with confidence and insight, rather than reacting impulsively or out of fear. Consider the metaphor of a boat navigating through rough waters. If the captain is constantly looking backward at the waves they have already passed, or anxiously scanning the horizon for potential storms, they will lose control of the vessel in the present moment. In the same way, if we are always looking back at our past mistakes or worrying about the unknown future, we lose the ability to steer our lives effectively right now. By being mindful, by paying attention to the present, we keep our hands steady on the wheel and guide ourselves toward our goals. In practical terms, practicing mindfulness in everyday life can be as simple as taking a moment to breathe before making decisions, being fully present in conversations, or focusing entirely on a task without letting your mind wander. This simple practice can be transformative in both personal and professional life. The legendary investor Warren Buffett once said, "The most important quality for an investor is temperament, not intellect." This temperament comes from staying calm and focused, which is a direct result of mindfulness. Successful people understand that by being fully engaged in the present, they are better equipped to handle the challenges that come their way. Moreover, mindfulness not only leads to success in terms of wealth or career, but also brings inner peace. As we practice being aware of our actions and thoughts, we become more aligned with our true selves. We start to make choices that are not just about external success, but are in harmony with our inner values and purpose. This leads to a more fulfilling life, where success is not just measured by material wealth, but by the quality of our experiences and the depth of our happiness. In conclusion, right mindfulness is a cornerstone of both personal success and inner peace. By training your mind to stay present, you gain clarity, focus, and the ability to navigate life's challenges effectively. You begin to see the path to success more clearly and can walk it with confidence and purpose. As the Buddha wisely said, "Your worst enemy cannot harm you as much as your own unguarded thoughts." Therefore, guard your thoughts, be mindful of your actions, and let this awareness guide you toward the success and fulfillment you seek. Thank you for being part of today's video on the secrets of successful people and how Buddhist teachings can help overcome suffering and poverty. I truly appreciate having you in our community. Please feel free to share your thoughts or experiences in the comments. If you're new here, simply comment, "I'm beginning the journey." And if you've been with us for a while, let us know with, "I'm growing." Transforming your relationship with money, new Buddhist insights. In a world where money seems to hold ultimate power, we often find ourselves caught in the whirlwind of anxiety, the desire to accumulate, and the fear of lacking. But does money truly bring lasting happiness? Buddhism, with its profound teachings on impermanence and inner peace, offers a fresh perspective on our relationship with wealth. Rather than allowing it to control our lives, we can learn to let go of material attachments and find tranquility through spiritual values. This journey not only frees us from financial pressures, but also opens the path to genuine joy and fulfillment. Let's explore how Buddhist teachings can completely transform the way we perceive and use money in modern life. 1. Recognize the impermanence of wealth. In Buddhism, one of the fundamental teachings is the concept of impermanence, or anicca, and this applies to all aspects of life, including wealth. Wealth, like everything else, is transient. It ebbs and flows, just as the seasons change. We may accumulate money, but no amount of control or planning can guarantee that it will always remain with us. To recognize the impermanence of wealth is to acknowledge that it is not something we can rely on as a permanent source of happiness. In fact, the more tightly we cling to money, the more likely we are to experience anxiety, frustration, and dissatisfaction. The Buddha once said, "Nothing lasts forever, not even material wealth," emphasizing that attaching our sense of self-worth or happiness to money is futile, as it will eventually lead to suffering when circumstances inevitably change. This understanding is especially relevant in modern life, where financial pressures can feel overwhelming. Many men between the ages of 30 and 65 find themselves in the prime of their careers, navigating the demands of providing for their families, securing retirement, or simply maintaining a lifestyle. The constant societal pressure to achieve more, earn more and save more can often make money feel like a burden rather than a tool. However, by embracing the Buddhist insight that wealth is impermanent, we can free ourselves from this mental strain. The key is not to reject money, but to cultivate a healthier relationship with it, one that recognizes its importance but does not allow it to dominate our sense of peace and contentment. A quote by the Dalai Lama resonates well here. "Man sacrifices his health in order to make money. Then he sacrifices money to recuperate his health." This speaks volumes about the way we often chase wealth at the expense of our well-being, only to realize later that money cannot restore what we have lost. When we accept that money is just one part of life, useful but not the ultimate goal, we begin to see that our true happiness comes from inner contentment, not external possessions. In this light, financial challenges become less frightening because we understand that they are temporary, just like the moments of financial success. Instead of clinging to money as a source of security, we can practice detachment and cultivate generosity, which Buddhism teaches as an antidote to greed. When we stop hoarding wealth and start using it to help others, we experience a deeper sense of fulfillment. Wealth, when used with compassion, becomes a means of connection rather than isolation. As the Buddha said, "The gift of the truth excels all other gifts," reminding us that sharing our resources, whether it's money, time or knowledge, leads to far greater rewards than accumulating wealth for ourselves. In today's fast-paced world, learning to let go of the idea that money is the key to happiness can be liberating. It allows us to focus on what truly matters: our relationships, our health, and our spiritual growth. When we no longer see money as the measure of our success, we can approach life with more ease and less fear. As financial situations fluctuate, we remain grounded in the understanding that wealth is just one of many fleeting aspects of life. By adopting this perspective, we can navigate both prosperity and hardship with grace, knowing that neither defines us. Ultimately, transforming your relationship with money is about shifting your mindset from one of attachment to one of balance. We need money to live, but it should not control our lives. As the famous Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh once said, "The greatest wealth is to live content with little." This quote beautifully captures the essence of financial freedom, not in the sense of having an abundance of money, but in the ability to be content with what we have, regardless of its quantity. By embracing the impermanence of wealth, we cultivate a sense of peace that transcends financial ups and downs, allowing us to live more joyfully and mindfully each day. 2. Building financial resilience through self-discipline. Building financial resilience through self-discipline is deeply aligned with the principles of Buddhism, which places a strong emphasis on mastering the self and taking responsibility for one's actions. In today's world, where consumerism often drives us to pursue short-term pleasures, it is essential to develop the mental clarity and discipline needed to resist financial temptations. Reckless spending or making impulsive, risky investments may promise immediate gratification, but often lead to financial turmoil in the long run. Just as the Buddha taught that desire is the root cause of suffering, financial troubles often stem from an unchecked desire for more. True prosperity comes not from acquiring material wealth, but from cultivating mindfulness and living with intention. By practicing restraint and focusing on long-term goals, we can create a more stable, fulfilling financial future. One of the key strategies in building financial resilience is to always reflect before making a financial decision. Before spending money or engaging in an investment, ask yourself, is this really necessary? Will this add long-term value to my life? This simple, reflective pause can prevent countless unnecessary expenses and poor financial choices. This approach ties into the Buddhist teaching of mindful consumption, being fully aware of the motives behind our actions and the consequences they carry. In a world that constantly bombards us with the idea that happiness can be bought, it is crucial to develop a sense of discernment and self-discipline. The famous Zen saying, "When you realize there is nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you," reminds us that contentment comes from appreciating what we already have, rather than endlessly striving for more. This mindset is particularly powerful when applied to finances, where overconsumption can quickly lead to debt and stress. Financial stability doesn't come from luck, or even from earning a high income. It stems from making consistent, wise decisions that are grounded in self-control. Just as monks follow strict rules to keep their minds focused and free from distractions, we too must create boundaries around our spending and saving habits. Developing a clear financial plan that aligns with our values is crucial. This plan helps us resist the pull of short-term pleasures and stay committed to our long-term well-being. By learning to live within our means, we cultivate a sense of freedom that isn't tied to how much money we have, but rather to our ability to manage it well. The Dhammapada states, "Not by wealth alone is one made free, but by living a life of wisdom, self-control, and inner peace." Financial freedom, then, is not just about having resources, but about having the wisdom to use them effectively. In today's fast-paced world, the pressure to keep up with others financially can feel overwhelming, leading many to make decisions that don't align with their true needs or goals. Social media and advertisements constantly promote the idea that buying more will lead to happiness, but this often leaves people feeling empty and dissatisfied. Practicing self-discipline in your financial life allows you to step back from these pressures and make choices that are truly beneficial for your well-being. When you are not swayed by the lure of materialism, you can focus on building meaningful wealth that supports your life and the lives of those around you. This approach not only brings financial security, but also fosters a deeper sense of peace and contentment. Ultimately, building financial resilience is not about deprivation, but about making thoughtful, conscious choices that lead to long-term happiness and stability. The path to financial well-being mirrors the Buddhist path of cultivating wisdom and mindfulness in all areas of life. By controlling our desires, sticking to a clear plan, and focusing on what truly matters, we can transform our relationship with money from one of stress and struggle to one of peace and purpose. Remember the wise words of the Buddha. A disciplined mind brings happiness. By practicing self-discipline, especially in our financial decisions, we lay the foundation for a prosperous and balanced life. 3. Finding joy in simplicity and purpose. In a world that often equates success with material accumulation, finding joy in simplicity and purpose can be a radical yet deeply fulfilling shift. Buddhism teaches that true happiness comes from within and not from external possessions or wealth. By simplifying our lives and connecting with our deeper purpose, we not only reduce stress and anxiety around money, but also discover a more sustainable sense of peace and contentment. The concept of minimalism in modern terms has parallels with the Buddhist teaching of contentment or santuti, being satisfied with what we have. In a materialistic culture that encourages constant striving for more money, more possessions, more status, this ancient wisdom offers a powerful antidote. It invites us to shift our focus from accumulating wealth to appreciating the simple joys of life, such as time with loved ones, moments of stillness, and meaningful work. One of the key teachings of the Buddha is that attachment is the root of suffering, and this includes our attachment to material wealth and possessions. When we cling to the idea that money or luxury will bring us lasting happiness, we set ourselves up for disappointment. As the Dhammapada says, the craving of the person addicted to careless living grows like a creeping vine. One jumps from life to life like a monkey searching for fruit in the forest. This craving leads to a cycle of endless striving, often leaving us exhausted and unsatisfied. On the other hand, when we embrace simplicity, we free ourselves from the constant need to chase more. Simplicity doesn't mean living in deprivation. It means cultivating a mindset of enoughness, recognizing when what we have is sufficient and shifting our focus from external accumulation to internal growth. This is where purpose comes in. Living with purpose means aligning our actions, including how we use money, with our deeper values. When we are guided by purpose rather than profit, we begin to see wealth not as a goal in itself, but as a tool that supports our greater mission in life. Whether that mission is to serve others, to create something meaningful, or to nurture relationships, money becomes secondary to the joy we find in living with intention. Thich Nhat Hanh, the Vietnamese Zen master, often spoke about the importance of mindfulness in our daily lives, including in our relationship with money. He said, "The present moment is the only moment available to us, and it is the door to all moments." When we are mindful of our true needs, we realize that happiness is found in the present moment, not in some future state of financial abundance. By grounding ourselves in simplicity and purpose, we open up to the richness of life as it is, rather than constantly seeking more. A practical way to find joy in simplicity is by practicing gratitude. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already have. When we appreciate the small blessings, like a warm meal, a safe home, or a conversation with a friend, we begin to see that we don't need excessive wealth to feel fulfilled. By nurturing gratitude, we cultivate contentment and reduce the anxiety that often accompanies financial concerns. Furthermore, living with purpose encourages us to redefine wealth. Instead of seeing wealth solely as material riches, we start to view it in terms of the quality of our relationships, the impact we have on others, and the inner peace we cultivate through spiritual practice. True wealth, from a Buddhist perspective, lies not in how much we own, but in how much we can let go of. As the Buddha taught, health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, faithfulness the best relationship. This shift towards simplicity and purpose can also help us redefine success. Success becomes less about how much money we make or how many possessions we own, and more about how aligned we are with our values, how present we are in our lives, and how compassionate we are toward others. When we pursue a life of purpose, success is measured by the depth of our relationships, the clarity of our mind, and the peace in our heart. In a practical sense, this could mean simplifying your lifestyle to reduce financial stress, perhaps living in a smaller home, driving a modest car, or focusing on experiences over possessions. It could mean redirecting your financial goals towards supporting causes that align with your values, or investing in relationships rather than material goods. By simplifying, we create space for what truly matters, and we find that joy comes not from having more, but from being more present, more purposeful, and more at peace. In conclusion, transforming your relationship with money through finding joy in simplicity and purpose is about freeing yourself from the endless chase for material wealth and embracing the deeper riches that life has to offer. It is not the source of happiness. By simplifying your life and aligning with your purpose, you can cultivate a sense of peace that no amount of money can buy. As we learn to let go of the unnecessary, we make room for what truly brings joy, connection, compassion, and contentment. Thank you for watching today's video on Goodbye Poverty. Write this on your hand, you will never lack money. Inspired by Buddhist teachings. I hope these insights have brought you closer to understanding how small shifts in mindset can unlock the path to abundance and financial freedom. Remember, true wealth is not just about accumulating material things, but about nurturing inner peace, gratitude, and self-worth. If you found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, The Journey of Wisdom. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on our upcoming videos filled with more teachings and practices to help you lead a prosperous and fulfilling life. Thank you again, and may you always walk the path of wisdom and peace.